on Kiwi. Time to talk high tech. We do it with Paul Brislen, twitter.com/Paul Brislen, head of the Telecommunications Users Association of New Zealand as well. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, and keeper of the green earphones.
Yes, Dayglow headphones there as well. If you're watching,
You've got to have them.
The video version, kind of the green, I suppose, of Spotify, which just launched in New Zealand this week.
Yes, long awaited. We've been talking about Spotify for a long time, you and I, and it's great to see them finally here. But it comes with a bit of a sting in the tail. So Spotify is, I don't know how you describe it, a music rental service, isn't it? It's you don't download stuff, you just get access to oodles of music. Very clever search engine that helps you find new stuff. But unfortunately, you've got to use your Facebook login to get into it, which means even if you're paying for the premium service, you've got to be a Facebook user, or you can't use it.
Yeah, well, that has been putting people off overseas for a wee while now. But will it put New Zealanders off? Because we've been starved of these kinds of services, haven't we?
Well, we have, and I'm in two minds about it. Because on the one hand, as you know, we've discussed this a lot. Paying for content is critical. We've gone through the era of stealing everything, getting it for free. We're finally starting to see these products and services emerge that let us actually buy content online, and that's a tremendously important thing. And yet, at the same time, we've got this gotcha clause which says thou shalt use Facebook, which immediately put me off. And given my hatred of Facebook, there'll be no sign of me signing up for Spotify anytime soon, which is really quite vexing. It's really quite appalling.
I've got to say, I tried to get a Spotify account, I think, over a year ago, and I ended up starting a UK account, but I couldn't really use it that effectively. But I got it in just before they brought in the Facebook thing, so I was able to then change my UK account to a New Zealand account.
Right.
And it's not plugged in with Facebook.
Yeah. I mean, it's quite ridiculous. I do struggle with this whole integration. You quite often see a lot of websites these days where you can sign up, and you can either sign up by filling in all your details, or you can use Facebook. That's fine, because you've got the choice there of, do I associate this with my Facebook account, or do I just set something up fresh? Yeah. And sometimes I will, and sometimes I won't. But at least I've got the option. LinkedIn is the other one. I've seen, I'm on a mailing list for media jobs all around the world, and this one popped up and said, "Hey, you can. We see you're on LinkedIn as well. You can sign in using your LinkedIn account instead of a CV." I thought that was quite clever. That's an option. It's up to me as a user. I've got control. This whole idea that I have to have a Facebook account in order to use Spotify, no, sorry, I'm not doing it. Refuse.
And of course, and as you say, I mean, it's not the only website. This whole Facebook Connect thing seems to be quite pervasive around the web, yeah?
Well, it is. It's hopeless, and this is this service that allows you to connect what you're doing with all your viewers. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but some people use the internet for things they'd rather their mother didn't know about. And one of them would be the chap who created Facebook Connect, who's just been bitten on the bum by it, because I'll just find the tweet. The creator of Facebook Connect finally feels its embarrassing wrath, says Will Wheaton of Star Trek fame. Unfortunately, the picture's gone. I can't show it to you. It now says, sorry, that page doesn't exist. But it was a photo of his Facebook account saying, "Hey, I've been looking for girls with no pants on," and a whole bunch of photos that he's managed to cruise through.
Shame.
So there's a certain amount of shame involved in all of that, and Facebook, for me anyway, has clearly gone a step too far with a lot of this integration. Some things just don't need to be integrated, and unfortunately they don't. This is always the problem with Facebook. We are not the customers, we're the product. They're selling us to the advertisers. So from an advertising point of view, this is fantastic. From a use point of view, it's suboptimal, to put it mildly.
Yes. Now, as a product, it appears that we're not as useful or as as worthwhile as what investors had predicted just a week ago with the IPO.
That's right.
The share price has fallen dramatically.
It's come off. So when Google launched, it doubled and doubled again, and the price doubled and doubled and doubled, and everybody loved Google because it was producing fantastic results. Facebook launched. It broke, what was it, about $38 a share, I think. At the end of the day, it was $38 and a handful of cents per share, and now it's fallen from that high point. So everybody who's invested has gone backwards horribly. But it all comes down to the model that Facebook is promoting, which is, of course, advertising, online advertising. They managed to convince a lot of people that web advertising is growing and is going to take over the world. What they left out is, of course, the slight problem that a large number of people now access Facebook in particular online through a mobile device. And on a mobile device, advertising has far less in the way of an impact than it does on the websites, and even online on a computer. It's still pretty hopeless how many people do click through these ads. You generally click through because you're confused into clicking through rather than because you want to. So Facebook's entire business model is in something of disarray at the moment because as we all move to a mobile world, where are they going to make their income from? Certainly it's not going to be from advertising because it just doesn't work on a mobile phone.
Will it be, do you think, rolling out more premium services like this highlight feature to highlight posts, but something else as well that's going to extract money from users?
Oh, look, for $50 you can buy 1,000 Indian friends. You know, I'm sorry, it's awful. It is not. It's perverting what social media is supposed to be about, which is connecting people together. I've seen one particular New Zealand Twitterer who has apparently purchased 50,000 followers.
Yeah.
To what advantage? You know, I don't have that many friends. You know, I like talking to people, but I'm not sure that talking to people who don't really exist is what I want to do. So why would you do that?
But that's all very well to Paul to say, okay, that's what social media is about, and that's why people use it. But they're using a service that's been created by a company. Otherwise, without that, there wouldn't be social media.
Oh, absolutely.
This thing has to make money.
Well, Twitter seems to be progressing quite nicely, and hasn't gone down this route of let's rape and pillage and storm our way through the social media landscape, recreating everything. Facebook is going down that route. It seems to be quite happy to introduce these premium services. What are they trialing here at the moment? It's $3 to increase your your likedness. It's getting really weird. It was always a bit odd. Let's face it. Facebook is it's a closed walled garden, as we like to call it.
Yeah.
You go there when you're a bit scared of the internet. The only reason I've still got access at all is because I've got relatives overseas who don't know about the internet. They think Facebook is the internet, and that's all they're interested in. That's fine. But when you start to add in this kind of commercial twist to it, where suddenly your photos are being used to promote products and services to your peer group, that's a step too far for me. And now when we start to see this kind of nonsense going on as well with everything, the interconnectedness of all things, as Douglas Adams liked to call it, I just think it's not going to work for them because people will say, I'm not interested in that. I don't want to sign up for yet another application. I don't want to play yet another game. Stop harassing me and let me just communicate with my friends. And that's where their business model will break, I think.
Good point. Paul Brislen is on Twitter, twitter.com/Paul Brislen, and sometimes on Facebook.
Not really on Facebook. Not if I can help it. Yes.
Thanks very much, Paul. We'll see you next time. Time now here on Kiwi is 9:34.